What if I told you that one of the most talented teams in world football has almost no chance of winning the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Sounds crazy, right? After all, Portugal has world-class players in nearly every position. They have stars playing for Europe's biggest clubs. They have depth, experience, and a footballing culture that has produced legends for decades. And of course, they have Cristiano Ronaldo. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The World Cup is not won by talent alone. It's won by balance, it's won by timing, it's won by mentality, and it's won by solving weaknesses before your opponents expose them on the biggest stage. When you look closely at Portugal, beneath all the hype and all the star power, there are serious problems that could completely derail their FIFA 2026 campaign. Today, we're breaking down the 5 biggest reasons why Portugal cannot win FIFA 2026, and trust me, reason number 1 is something Portuguese fans don't want to hear. Number 5, the World Cup is more competitive than ever. Let's start with a reality check. Portugal isn't competing in the same World Cup landscape that existed 10 or 20 years ago. The 2026 tournament will feature some of the strongest national teams we've ever seen. Argentina still possesses elite talent despite Messi nearing retirement. France has unbelievable depth. Spain continues to produce world-class midfielders. England's squad value is among the highest in football. Brazil remains Brazil. Germany is rebuilding, and several dark horses are becoming genuine threats. Portugal may be a top team, but being a top team isn't enough anymore. To win a World Cup, you must survive 7 brutal matches against the best nations on earth. One mistake can end everything. One injury can destroy years of preparation. One bad day can send you home. Portugal's margin for error is much smaller than many fans realize. The competition is simply too strong, and unlike previous tournaments, there are very few easy paths to the final. Number 4, defensive vulnerabilities. This issue doesn't receive enough attention. Everyone talks about Portugal's attackers. Everyone talks about the midfield, but championships are often decided by defense, and Portugal has shown defensive weaknesses against elite opposition. When facing fast transitions, their backline can become vulnerable. Against teams that attack directly and aggressively, Portugal sometimes struggles to maintain defensive structure. This becomes even more dangerous in knockout football. At the World Cup, you'll eventually face teams with explosive forwards. France, Brazil, England, Argentina, Spain. These teams don't need many chances. Give them one mistake, one misplaced pass, one defensive lapse, and suddenly you're trailing in a knockout match. Historically, World Cup winners have had incredibly reliable defenses. Italy in 2006, Spain in 2010, Germany in 2014, France in 2018, Argentina in 2022. Every champion combined attacking quality with defensive stability. Portugal has quality, but stability? That's still a question mark. And unanswered questions are dangerous in tournament football. Number 3, overdependence on individual brilliance. This might be controversial, but Portugal has often relied too heavily on moments of individual magic. Throughout the years, matches have been rescued by extraordinary players. Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, Rafael Leão, and others. There's nothing wrong with having stars. Every champion needs stars. The problem begins when the system depends on them. World Cups are unforgiving. Sometimes your best player has an off day. Sometimes opponents shut them down. Sometimes injuries happen. When that occurs, can the team still function? Can the system create chances without individual brilliance? Can the collective overcome adversity? The greatest World Cup winners aren't just collections of stars, they're machines. Argentina in 2022 wasn't just Messi, France in 2018 wasn't just Mbappe, Germany in 2014 wasn't just one player. Those teams had systems capable of surviving difficult moments. Portugal's challenge is proving that they can win when the magic doesn't arrive, because eventually there will be a match where no superstar can save them, and that's when true champions reveal themselves. Number 2, the Ronaldo question. Now, we arrive at the elephant in the room, Cristiano Ronaldo. Before anyone gets angry, let's be clear. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the greatest footballers in history. 5 Ballon d'Or awards, countless records, Champions League dominance, international glory. His legacy is untouchable, but FIFA 2026 is not about the past. It's about the future. By the time the tournament arrives, Ronaldo will be over 40 years old. That is extraordinary. Very few outfield players have competed at the highest level at that age. The challenge isn't his greatness, the challenge is reality. Football is becoming faster, more intense, more physically demanding. Pressing systems are evolving, transitions are accelerating, defenders are becoming quicker and stronger. Can Portugal build a modern World Cup winning attack around a player in his 40s? That's the question, and it's a difficult one. If Ronaldo starts every game, Portugal may lose tactical flexibility. If he doesn't start, media pressure becomes enormous. If he plays fewer minutes, headlines explode. Every decision becomes controversial. Instead of focusing entirely on football, the conversation risks becoming centered around one player. Again, this is not criticism of Ronaldo. It's a challenge created by his legendary status. No matter what Portugal does, the Ronaldo situation will dominate attention, and distractions have destroyed many talented teams before. Number 1, tournament mentality. This is the biggest reason of all, and it's not tactical, it's psychological. Winning a World Cup requires a different mentality. Talent matters, strategy matters, fitness matters, but mentality separates champions from contenders. Portugal has often entered tournaments with enormous expectations. Sometimes those expectations become pressure, and pressure changes everything. Simple passes become difficult, finishing becomes harder, decision-making becomes slower. Confidence disappears. The greatest World Cup teams possess an almost ruthless mentality. They thrive under pressure, they embrace chaos, they believe they are destined to win. Portugal has had incredible generations, yet they have repeatedly fallen short of the ultimate prize. Why? Because the final step is the hardest step. Winning one knockout match is difficult. Winning 4 consecutive knockout matches against elite nations is a completely different challenge. Every champion reaches a moment where they must survive adversity. A controversial referee decision, an injury, a penalty shootout, a hostile crowd, a late equalizer. Champions endure, others collapse. The question surrounding Portugal isn't whether they have talent, they clearly do. The question is whether they possess the tournament mentality required to conquer the most difficult competition in football. And until they prove it, doubts will remain. Now, before Portuguese fans flood the comments, let's remember something important. Saying Portugal cannot win FIFA 2026 does not mean they have zero chance. Football is unpredictable. That's why we love it. A great draw, a tactical breakthrough, a breakout star, a little bit of luck. All these factors can change history. Portugal absolutely has enough talent to reach the latter stages of the tournament. They have elite players, elite coaches, elite experience. But right now, there are major concerns. The competition is stronger than ever. Defensive vulnerabilities remain. The team can become too dependent on individual brilliance. The Ronaldo question continues to create uncertainty. And the mentality required to win a World Cup remains unproven. Those are the 5 biggest reasons Portugal may fail to lift the trophy in 2026. But here's the real question. Are we underestimating Portugal or are we overestimating them? Let me know what you think. Can Portugal shock the world and win FIFA 2026? Or will these problems finally catch up with them? Drop your prediction in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more football stories, predictions, and deep dives. Because at the World Cup, one moment changes everything.